I don't know. I don't know if there's enough here for a show.
Are you kidding me? We got tons of footage. We got tons of footage here.
Yeah, but people aren't even going to know what this show's about, Marty.
Well, you explain it to them. We explained that you were going to do a special. You rented a big house. You had all the cast members come over there. I went and documented the whole thing with my documentary film crew. I mean, you just explain that to them.
I don't know.
What? It's beautiful. We'll get to see these characters in a deeper light, and with more nuance and more depth. I mean, it's a chance to really get to. I mean, I think we only scratched the surface for the first time.
It sounds like a cheap way to make money.
Well, it's that too.
Yeah, but see, it's different for me. I'd rather it's not the money that I'm interested in. It's the art.
Yeah. Say, well, that's where we differ. I think money is part of the art. It's the art of making money. See, the thing is, we got all this footage. It's already shot. All we have is the cost of the editing, right? That's no big deal. When we make a cable deal with HBO, there you go.
Well, let's take a look at what you got.
All right.
Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Manishtana Halayla Hazemicho Hallelujah.
I've gazed into the abyss, and the abyss has gazed into me, and neither of us liked what we saw.
Around the world and it is motherfucking day.
When you hear the expression, show business is my life, it really is.
In your case.
It's so true. I mean, it's an all-consuming thing with me. I mean, you refer to it as show business, I refer to it as consumption.
Hello in there. What the hell's happening in there? See, I wrote that stuff. They're looking in the camera going, who's in there?
Yeah, you were the first guy to do that.
Oh, yeah, and then Jerry took it when they had the Colgate comedy out. He'd come on and go, hey, hey, and they look in there and everyone plots.
Are you bitter?
Oh, I don't know.
What?
That's it?
No, that's just the opening credits.
Oh.
Well, you think that's the whole show?
I didn't know.
No, now we just reintroduce the characters. You get to know remind the audience of who was in the show. Now we start plumbing the depths. Now we delve, we dig, we delve.
What are you going to open with?
Well, first Morty Arnold, for instance, the producer of the show.
He almost ruined the show.
Well, but all right, okay. Let's find out the man behind who ruined the show.
Okay.
In general, is your life you're consumed with. It must have been a very bitter blow when a show that you created was taken off. Not even, it was a half-hour show, and I think it only lasted 15 minutes. They took it off in the middle.
That's right. It was the very, very first show that I produced. It was a half-hour comedy. I wrote it as well. And, of course, you're referring to I Love Fish.
I Love Fish, yes.
That's a situation comedy that I had developed and created about a little kid that goes fishing, and he finds a tuna. And he can't eat the thing, so he becomes friends with it. And the whole
like
story.
A pet.
He kept it as a pet.
Yes.
In a pond back by his house. I was living in a swamp. We'd never really set the location on it, you know, but that wasn't the important thing. The important thing was the relationship between a boy and his tuna. Now, I don't know why the show failed. I don't know why they yanked it, because this is going back to the post-McCarthy period. America was still very afraid. They'd lost the sense of humor.
You think it was a political thing, then?
I'm not saying it's political, and I'm not finger-pointing, but, you know, there's a few people that I haven't hired since then, you know.
All right, see? Now at least you get a little insight into this guy, who he is, what he's about.
He's a sleazebag. That's what he's about.
All right, but a more in-depth sleazebag.
He didn't even pay me for this show.
Well, I mean, that's not my problem. I mean, I'm just trying to, expose...
Did you get paid?
Well, I got, yeah, I got...
You got paid?
I got my money up front.
You're kidding me.
Well, that was a deal I made.
Oh, this is ridiculous. I can't look at this man.
Well, I mean, but now we know who this is. And what about Chip Dementabello? Chip Dementabello, he's a brilliantly talented choreographer and a director who has never gotten his due. I mean, this guy is an innovator. He's an innovator.
Yeah, but Sammy said he had trouble with it.
Okay, how about something like this? Let's say we're working with long scarves, all right? Chiffon or something acrylic that you can really whip.
Isn't there
You know,
a number that...
Same thing, but give me a different, like a bridge section that's slower.
Chip,
Hmm?
I'm sorry, man, but isn't there a number that was already designed for the show? I mean, it sounds like we're coming in on instruments here.
You know the way I work. I don't sit at home with a drafting table and say bar 1, bar 3, kitchen set. I come here and I see a cheeseball Persian rug and my mind goes wow.
Okay.
And this is like, you know, taking popcorn and throwing it in a hot pan. You better, shield your face or you're going to have, look like Richard Boone.
What was the first play that you did in New York?
Well, oddly enough, I did Mice and Men.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And the songs were interesting because it was...
Wait. Mice and Men, that's not a musical.
It wasn't until I hit town. No, you are dead right on, Marty. So I wrote some songs for it. Lenny with a rabbit. Lenny, Lenny, why do you have those rabbits in your hat? And,
Yes,
it made
yes.
it different, more accessible for everyone.
Yes.
We ran one night.
Ah.
Give me something a little slower, more of like a 5/4 thing, Right. Let's be proud, Sammy. I'm proud. Right. You see where I'm going? Okay.
We're gonna move on this? Oh, okay.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Right? Marco, you see where I'm going on that?
See where I'm going? I'm gonna sit here and watch you because you're exciting.
Okay.
What was your first Broadway show?
I did one a long time ago. It was based on the series Sea Hunt. Did you ever see it?
Yes, with Lloyd Bridges.
Yes. Well, he came out of the orchestra pit with his tank on, and, it was basically this thing. I had a slow motion kind of thing with him, the mask, and, he was going like this, and it was like, and you heard that thing. And
You mean Sea Hunt was a Broadway show before?
Oh, yeah.
Before it was a TV
yes, and
series?
guess who got screwed out of that one?
I see.
Hurdle with me. Let's
Hurdle?
Hurdle.
Hurdle with you.
Hurdle with me. Yeah, that's it, sir. Like, hurdle with me. That's it. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I have a dream. Gosh knows it. I've had a dream all my life.
Nice.
I've woken in the morning to such surprises in my bed. Jeez, that's not my wife.
I had a dream, a fabulous dream.
Sing it.
A dream that I was very tall.
Mm-hmm. That chance.
And I was riding a horse on the beach. Galloping along the surf, looking at the chicks in bikinis.
Yeah.
It's hot, it's humid, you can smell the desert bloom. Who's walking ahead of me? In the Malibu colony. Is it
Teddy or Frank
or Grant Tinker?
or Jose Bear.
Is it Johnny? Is it Murph? Is it Jackie Bissett?
Is it Larry Hagman or his wife?
Is it Troy Donahue filled with strife?
It's George Chakiris.
No, not likely.
Who is it? Who is it? Celebrity time.
It's Jack Palance.
Right.
Kid.
Fat Domino.
Fat Jackie Leonard.
It's
Consider Airlines from Delta Airlines.
See? I mean, you're witnessing two geniuses, two creative geniuses who are just improvising, coming off the top of their head. Those are little nuggets. Those are little gems. Those are little beauties that would have been lost forever.
But it's a horrible song.
That's not the point. You're missing the point.
What's the point?
The point is, it's like looking in somebody's boudoir. It's like peeking through a peephole. We're getting a glimpse of people naked without knowing that. Like, for instance, Sammy.
Yeah.
You know, Sammy, here he's working with Chip, but later, I got Sammy, he didn't even know I had the camera on him. Didn't even know. He was working the room, he was wandering around, thoughts coming out of his mind, improvising, you know, it was brilliant. It's like watching a ballet, a mime ballet.
I mean, how you doing? How are you, Mr. Stone Boy? What you thinking about? What you looking at? This Persian rug all day must be a dream. The secrets you must know about this house. The people, the little mouse. The parquet floor here, like where the Celtics play. You know all the things that have happened here today. Little Stone Boy, hello to you. Must have been a hell of an accident, man. Just the top part of this cat, you know. Look at that. Mr. Lincoln, thank you, babe. And I mean that. Because without you, Ed, I told you stay away from balconies. What the hell are you doing up there? There's a story that Lincoln was so drunk, you know, and he woke up the next morning and he said, I freed the what? Always stamp with his floor. Where's the director? Where is he now? Is he in his trailer, porking some cow? He promised her a part in the flick. She flubbed the lines, yet she still sucked his...
There was one film that you were associated with, and I don't know if we should get into it because there really wasn't much press on it, but you were fired, or were there creative differences, or you quit? I mean, what were the circumstances surrounding that film?
I and my fellow actors were cast in the leads of this film, and it just didn't work because of, be it creative differences or what.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, scene 55, take 1.
Action!
Yesterday, we had a very stimulating discussion about personal problems and how to overcome them. It was a very enlightening discussion, and I think all of you are making real progress. Now, what I'd like to do today is continue that dialogue. Who'd like to start? Mr. Cheswick? Mr. Martini? Yes, Mr. McMurphy?
Thank you, nurse. Yesterday, we all voted that we would not watch the World Series, and that's cool. But today is a new day, and I, for one, would like that television set turned on so this nutcase can watch the 18th Annual Grammy Awards, which is going on as we speak at the Hollywood Palladium.
Sammy, keep rolling, keep rolling. Will you please follow the script? Your character wants to watch the World Series. This is a very crucial scene in this movie. It should not be changed. Are we still rolling?
Honey, don't you think the Grammys is a hipper reference?
No, I do not.
Scene 56, take 1.
Action!
I want the TV set turned on, and I want it turned on now.
Mr. McMurphy, the matter is closed. You bring it up tomorrow at the meeting.
Hey, look. The 18th Annual Grammy Awards are on. Oh, they're outside. Look who just pulled up in a stretch. Why, it's Nancy Wilson and Peter Herkus, the clairvoyant. I didn't know they were seeing each other. This is exciting, man. Why, they're cutting inside now. Okay. Best record of the year. Yeah, Captain Engineer Love will keep us together. Ouch, yeah. And look, they both showed up. Look at her, man. She's wearing a tight-fitting dress and the legs are looking sassy, man. Look at that. And he's wearing the hat. Ouch, he's got jewels on it. You know, he said he was going to do it. I didn't believe him, man. Look at him. Okay, best album of the year. Oh, I'm getting a lot of spelkus on this. Who do you think it's going to be, Chief? Huh? Who do you think it's going to be? Huh? Okay, open the envelope. Open it. Come on, babe. Yeah, Paul Simon's still crazy after all these years. Yeah. Look at little Paulie. There's Paul. He's wearing the Caesar cut. Look at that, man. This is too much.
No. Cut. No.
You have a little camera problem? Because that was good for me. It could have been. You know, you dream about things that could have been.
Yeah.
You know, and that was one of those situations. Okay, now that's interesting
All
to
right,
me.
yeah, I think it's important that the world know that this man was originally supposed to play the Nicholson part. Nicholson, you know, made Nicholson's career. If Sammy does that movie, where's Nicholson today? He maybe doesn't sit courtside at the Lakers. We don't know where he is.
That's true.
Exactly. And now brother Theodore hardly was in the show at all.
Well, that's because he kept hitting people over the head with a baseball bat. He belted Sammy.
I know, he was a little cranky that day. But let's find out the man behind the hit. Find out who that man is. He was actually my personal favorite.
You didn't have to eat with him.
I've been a big admirer of you for many years, and I'd like to know, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to know, what exactly makes you tick?
Sir, my tongue is not long enough to give you a full account of what's really going on. This is a strange and deceptive world. For instance, there is more spinach in parsley than there is in spinach, which is probably more than you can say for yourself. It was last November. I stand at the window of an empty, unlit room and look down at the street. A dead rat, garnished with tartar sauce, is slowly walking down the sidewalk. A hint for me to be on my guard. Sir, the crocodile permits caresses. So does the cobra. So does the anchovy. So does the Australian pimplebeast. But not the rat. Not the peevish rat. Not the sulky, sourpussish rat. Rats were created for the sole purpose of diverting sinking ships. You betcha! Hallelujah! Sorry, I'm not well. I'm not well at all. The only thing that keeps me alive is the hope of dying young.
See? See? The beauty of the twisted mind.
He was insane. He hit Whoopi Goldberg over the head with a bat backstage at the show. I couldn't even use her in the show.
Exactly. And how many people know that?
Whoopi, the crowd's getting crazy. What happened? What's the problem?
What happened is your friend, Brother Theodore, should be put to sleep. That's what happened, man. We was rehearsing the Who's on first, and I was doing it like my surfer chick. You know, I thought it'd be a good idea. So, like the St. Louis team is like really, really crazy, you know? They got like Who's on first, what's on second? I don't know, on third. Is that okay with you? I said, okay. He said, okay. I said, okay. We all said, okay. And he whacked me with a baseball bat upside my head. Man,
Stop the tape.
What?
I can't look at this.
If it upsets you too much, we won't use it in the show.
It makes me feel
just,
better.
you know, this footage, forget it. It's not in.
Great.
It's out.
Okay.
We don't need it.
Where's the Buddy Young stuff?
Oh, we got lots of Buddy.
Well, he's my favorite. I mean,
We got reams of Buddy.
Really? The fella comedian, a guy I loved. He was on Ed Sullivan, it seemed like every Sunday, and I felt so bad. We got off to such a terrible start. So pissed off, for Christ's sake. I'm at the stupid airport. I'm at your stupid airport for 2 hours. Nobody comes to pick me up. Then this fat, sweaty kid, he's sweating left to right on me. He sweated all up. He looks like Ernest Borgnine from every episode of McHale's Navy. He don't know where the hell he's going, and I get here. I tell you, it's nuts. I'm so pissed off. I don't mean to, you know, to chew you out, though I would like to. I'm a kid. It's nuts. The food on the plane is like gerbils in a basket. I'm on like Mangala Airlines here, for Christ's sakes. I tell you, it's wild. Where the hell are we? This is nuts. What the hell is this? You're shooting this? Great, I'm in a happy mood here, and I got a pee so bad I feel like I got the Cooley Dam up my ass. I'm out of here. Do we have a room, or do I sleep outside? What the hell is this, a Cub Scout troop? I'll tell you, it's wild. It's nuts. Look, I'm a German Shepherd. Yeah, it's too crazy, Jesus. Almost lost a step. I had a gallbladder removed last year. I had 3, very rare. I lent one to Dundee. I tell you, it's nuts. I tell you, it's great. Oh, this is a nice, subtle place.
What the hell, who died in this place? Is it monsters? Are there monsters here? You know, see that? Burl said I'm not topical. All right, where do we go? Ooh, very happy to be here, I'll tell you that. You're still doing this. You're still coming after me for this. I don't understand this. I tell you, it's nuts. I go to the travel agent today. I want to go to Europe. She says, do you have dental charts? She said it's very scary over there. Do you want smoking, non-smoking, or burn beyond recognition? I tell you, it's crazy. Let the towel heads have Europe. I'll stay here. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Where do we go? What's happening here, for Christ's sakes? This is the home that baby Doc left. I gotta go. I gotta pee so bad you wouldn't believe it. I got like a cassava melon sitting right here, and it's just screaming to get out of the place. Where do we go? Is there kosher food here? I kid. The kosher people, they know all the time. See, they take the chicken, they take out the part that we like, and they call it, they say it's good. Stinks, never eat kosher. Look at how it is. How are you, Rita? Hey, so, where do we go? Go through. I'll be back. What is this for? Like, you doing a movie? Great, I'm talking to the Hinckley jury here.
Have you ever wanted a film career? I mean,
I do what I do, Martin. You know, what I do is so precious to me, and there are not very many people who do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy to be back, and that the kids are digging, you know, what I'm doing now.
Yeah, right.
It used to be rough. Used to get on stage and be interrupted by Carmine Fortunato just bowled a 211 on alley 22. You know, those kind of rooms.
Sure. Rough
know,
houses. They were rough houses.
Oh, God.
I don't think the kids today appreciate
they don't know
what you guys had to go through.
They don't know. Between me and Buddy and Danny Kaye was very funny, and Jackie Carter, all these people in the back, you know, when I mean the back, I mean back then. Yeah. Now, they don't know. They don't know from this. Now they know. They pull out a duck, and they go, isn't this funny? Look, I got a thing on my face, and they call it comedy. You know, it's weird now today.
Yeah. They say there's no place to fail anymore, because there used to be...
I find them. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. I find them.
Yeah. But would you ever think of doing political material today?
Yeah, I would do a little bit. I mean, I got a little bit in common with Mr. Reagan. We got the same neck. He keeps going, well, and the neck keeps flapping around. It sounds like somebody's applauding. He keeps going, thank you, thank you. There's nobody there. He's alone, see, with a neck. So
you can still go political. That's what's so great.
Oh, sure. I mean, I think it's good that we have a president who knew Tom Jefferson. I'll tell you that right now. It's amazing. When this guy was old, he was very, very, very old.
Now, I don't want to be indelicate, but I notice you're sitting there and...
This?
Well, yeah, I mean...
Jesus Christ.
You know,
Burl talks about, let's call a spade a spade. He's got 16 inches.
Really?
That's what he says.
Yeah.
So we had a contest, and I beat him by 2 inches. He said, you're enormous. I said, I took out just enough to win. You know, it's one of those things like that with him. Now, I had Louisville Slugger put on my my Mighty Joe Young there. I got a... Look, is this important about life?
No, not really.
It's not important to me.
Not really.
I was known as Tripod my first 4 years in high school. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then I know you don't ever work blue.
Never work blue.
That's one of the things that I have always respected you for. You never work blue.
I work rough.
You work rough?
Rough blue. Maybe like a gray, but not a deep blue. A deep blue is blue. Yeah. I'm in the gray, sometimes blue, depending on the show and the crowd. If it's an old Japanese crowd, I'll get real blue, because they don't know. Yeah. They're looking at you, and they give you that tennis applause. I said, get the hell out of here. Yeah. Let me just show you Godzilla, and I'll move on. Let me tell you a story about show business. It's a fantastic job we got. You do what you do, you know, you got to go to Photomat and wait for your film to come back. I get it right away. Yeah. But this is really about the core of it. Many, many years ago, I'm talking before you were, before it was the sperm in a moment for you. We work in what we call the Jewish Alps, in the Catskills. This is what you talk about before. He says, no place to be bad. It was very easy to be bad in the Catskills. And there was this wonderful comic, Morty Blipman. Morty, you don't know his name because he ain't around him. Morty Blipman was one of the best comics every night, dead, killing him, dead. Not him, but the stuff, dead, dead, dead. Never got a break. And he was fabulous. And at a table, when you're ordering, he could stick a cherry tomato through his nose, come out his mouth, and it was unbelievable. And you go, why don't you do this on Sullivan? He goes, well, Dad won't have me on the show. Anyway, he gets a job at the Concord Hotel, which was the big, and still is, the big place to play. And all these years he had this manager, what the hell was it? Something, Cubby, this old Jewish guy, and they loved each other. I mean, he believed in this guy. This guy would perform at parties, never got the break. Guess the big break is going to play the Concord. It's a true story, Mark. Tuesday, that Saturday, Morty's in a terrible car accident. He's all crushed up inside. It's like bouillabaisse in there, and they're leading him on a gurney into the surgery. And Cubby's next to him. And this comic looks up to him. This much they loved each other and respected this industry. And he said, "You better cancel the Concord." And Cubby said, "See how you feel Thursday." This is a true story. Yeah. And that's what makes this business what it is. A pain in the fucking ass. I'll tell you that right now.
I ask for regular coffee. That's cream and sugar. You understand what regular means? It's like regular paycheck.
Funny, do you notice that when you're wearing a towel, you never sweat, and then you sweat when you don't have one, and that whole thing?
How are you? Yeah, it's great. It's a nice spread here. What do you have to screw to get some Nova?
%99% of all rats are promiscuous. They do exactly as they please, and if you try to stop them, they run away and do it somewhere else. Okay.
But see, that's what's great about show business, which is the business of doing a show.
Broke wind right here. Don't come near. I'm kidding.
Huh?
Pretty good.
All right. I get a little admission out of you. All
Yeah,
right.
but there's a lot of good things.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
More than I thought.
Much more than you
But
thought.
I have one major problem.
What?
I'm not in the show.
What are you talking about?
There's nothing of me in the show.
You're in there.
Where?
No, you play with the dog.
But that's it. The
That's
dog
a whole
gets all the
beautiful-
laughs.
No, he's playing fetch. It's beautiful. It shows a whole other side to your personality. Everybody knows you as a comedian, a performer.
But you
now
know-
we get to see a man with a dog.
That's a big deal. I mean, you know, if
The
so much more I
warmth,
did
the
in the show.
warmth, the
But you got-
beauty, the warmth.
But you got 2 seconds of me with a dog that
All right,
runs
but
by
yeah,
me.
but it's like it encapsulates everything about you.
A dog running by me is all I am to you? I mean, I hate
Not
to
all
argue.
you are, but we know who you are.
I disagree. I mean, we sound like Ebert and Siskel here.
I got a feeling I'm the fat one.
That makes me the other guy.
I don't know which one's worse.
I don't know which is which.
I think the fat guy's Ebert.
Yeah, I think the fact, yeah, it's not important.
There's plenty of other things we can put in there.
Well,
You got that whole funny stuff with you at the lunch table?
You can't
During the lunch with the crew, you cracked the crew up.
You can't show
that.
that.
Funny thing with the noodle hanging from your nose? When you went, like this, and that linguine, where was it? It was a fettuccine. Yeah, the spinach fettuccine hanging down. Everybody was in hysterics.
Yeah, but I
got all
can't
whole,
show that.
Why not?
I think I better taste than having
Oh,
a
but
green
it's-
noodle hanging from my nose. going
Well, but I mean,
through.
that shows you like you're one of the guys. It's like you're one of the guys. It's like you're one of the gang, you know? You know, you're mixed in, you're not just some lofty, intellectual snob type comedian.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like,
not saying I'm
you're right.
not
You're
that,
it's a proletariat kind of view of life.